So, welcome to Galveston Island here on the southern Gulf Coast of Texas. And, well, we're not going to be showing all the sights and sounds and attractions and bars and pubs and restaurants and all the beach stuff that goes on here in Galveston. It is also a very large cruise ship terminal with, I think, currently 4 to 5 cruise ships being housed here every day. Nope, we're not going to be sharing any of that as we're not actually even staying on Galveston. We're going to be passing through. However, I could not let this whole entire drive across the island lane go by without showing you one major attraction of Galveston that often gets overlooked by people, and that's the darn red lights. There must be 60 freaking red lights trying to get across this island all the way down to the ferry landing, which is where we are actually headed because we're not going to be staying on Galveston Island. And I just couldn't let it go by without sharing what fun all the dang red lights are on Galveston Island. Now, I have been coming down here nearly all of my life, guys. For over 40 years, my grandparents lived down here. They actually lived on Bolivar, but I spent every summer of my life through junior high, high school, coming down here and staying with my grandparents. I worked on shrimp boats. We went fishing all the time. I just helped my grandfather in any way, shape, or form, as he was a fantastic man to grow up around and was a great idol to me, and I dearly miss him. Very talented. He was a chief engineer for Dow Chemical Company. But anyways, my grandfather had a knack for being able to time all of these red lights where he never stopped. He simply drove through every single one of them as green, and for the life of me, Grandpa, that is one trait that I have never, ever mastered. I get stuck by every darn one of these stinking red lights every time we come down here to Galveston for the weekend or whatever it be. So I always have to give homage to my grandpa. I miss him very much, and I definitely miss his talent of being able to make every one of these darn red lights without having to stop. Grandpa, I got a lot of studying to do. That's all I can tell you. Thank you, sir. Now, Galveston has a very, very storied history and past dating well back into the 1700s, where it was originally called Galvez's Town before it became known as just Galveston. Now, this area was all Spanish descent because, well, face it, Spain pretty much declared anything and everything theirs that they could possibly take, when all practical matters, guys, it really did belong to Mexico if you really want to get back to it all. Anyways, Galvez's Town, Galveston, was originally named after an 18th century Spanish military and political leader, a Bernardo de Galvez, which was the first count of Galveston from 1746 to 1786. Again, a history that goes far back into the 1700s and, well, probably and truly way before that. But anyway, the first European kind of influence on the island was around 1816 by a French pirate, Louis Michel Henry, which was actually here fighting for the Empire of Mexico. So we had a French pirate on Spanish soil who was actually fighting for Mexico to gain their independence back from Spain. Anyway, so Galveston's history, again, is very colorful in the past. Pirates played a big history here in Galveston, and there's been quite a few ships and bounty and loot and such forth found during the history of Galveston, which is really kind of cool if you really start looking into it and just study the history of it. The port of Galveston was actually established in 1825 by the Congress of Mexico because, yes, they did end up succeeding from Spain. And then the city actually went on to become, really it was the main port for the Texas Navy during the Texas Revolution of 1836. Now, during the 19th century, Galveston did go on to become, obviously what it is today, a major U.S. commercial center. In 1900, it was absolutely devastated by a hurricane that pretty much wiped anything and everybody off the island. And anyway, since then, it has been in a non-stop growth, and really and truly, it's a fantastic city to come and visit. There is a lot to do here, and anyway, you should make it a trip if you've never been. So, welcome to the Galveston Bolivar Ferry, whatever you want to call it. It's a free ferry service that runs between Galveston Island and Port Bolivar. It's about a 15-minute ride, and believe it or not, it has been around since the 1800s, guys. It originally used to transport entire trains on barges across, later on becoming, a passenger service by the 1900s. And then by 1930, it was full on blown like what we see here. The private system originally that it was sold to Galveston County, and then it was taken over by the Texas Department of Transportation in 1934. So again, it has been around a long time and has been continuously operating. It runs 24 hours, 7 days a week. And let me tell you, the weather has to get actually pretty darn bad before they will stop running this ferry, as I have been on it in some pretty darn nasty weather. So anyways, it dates back well before the 1930s when it actually became the public system that it is today, being operated by TxDOT, and it continues to remain free. It is part of the Texas Department of Transportation and Highways. It is US Highway 87. Anyways, you can take this from, like I say, from Galveston Island over here to Bolivar, which you can follow all the way back around, go up back to I-10, and vice versa. So anyways, Galveston Ferry. Pretty cool. If you want to come ride it, it's free. So, welcome to Bolivar Flats, Bolivar Beach, whatever you want to call it. It is the first public access road to the beach on the right. After you get off the ferry, head east on 87. Anyways, you'll turn right on that road, you'll follow it down about a mile, you'll pop out on the beach here. And as you can see, it is an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous evening. We have a full moon. The water is absolutely beautifully smooth, slick, really no wind at all. It's kind of an unusual circumstance down here. Anyway, when you get down here to the end, if you hang a right, you'll go down to what's called the paid beach. It's just a $10, I think, maybe $12 annual pass. You just buy a little sticker, it goes on your vehicle. It's super cheap. If you hang a right here, there's the free beach. You can follow it all the way down to what they call the washout. If the tide is out, you can go across the washout. You can drive literally all the way down to Crystal Beach and never get on the highway. So anyways, welcome to the beach. So I know it sounds strange, but I'm actually going to hop out and check the sand. We just want to make sure it's hard packed, which it was. It just had a layer of fine silt on it, and the bottom is super hard. It's like powder on the top, but it's pretty hard underneath. So good morning. Welcome to Bolivar Beach. As you can see, it is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Now, this weekend really was a trial run for us, so to speak, as we've been working on the truck a lot. The systems that we've installed, so we have a 600 amp hour lithium bank now. We have a mini split AC system. I have a 4,000 watt propane powered generator. So we just wanted to kind of check the truck out and see how it's going to do kind of on its own, as we still haven't gotten our fifth wheel just yet. So that's really what this trip was all about. But we're going to talk more about that generator in here in just a little bit as well. Our weekend trip gets cut kind of short because of an issue with that generator, which I never expected. We could not have asked for a better weekend to come down here. As you can see, there's not a lot of people on the beach. And again, the Gulf is very calm, which it's never really rough, but there are normally some pretty good waves coming in with some wind action and stuff like that. But anyway, the water was drop dead gorgeous. It was warm. Just a great day. They're just showing off, I think. Oh, there's a Royal Caribbean ship. Oops, out of focus. Sorry, had a disaster over here. Their awning just took off, had a big gust of wind. Focus.
Oh, another one.
Oh boy, they're going everywhere now. Anyways, back to the cruise ship. Royal Caribbean looks like headed out of Galveston. So, yeah, we're back on the ferry after only one night. By the way, that's not rain that you see. We actually have a little bit of a head breeze blowing at us, and that's just some overspray coming off. Anyways, I was talking about the generator earlier. I do have a 4,000 watt Westinghouse generator. It is brand spanking new. It runs on dual fuel, propane and gasoline. Anyway, it is mounted underneath the truck. And so Friday night it did absolutely fantastic. I mean, it just purred along all night long, and we were drawing about 1,500 watts out of a 4,000 watt generator. But we got ready to kind of wind down Saturday evening. Made some dinner. We were going to hop in the truck, have some dinner, watch a movie. So I fired up the generator about an hour before all that, and it was doing really good. And the next thing you know, we were kind of getting ready to go, and everything, it just kind of went pow! And it died. And I worked and worked and worked on it, and I never could get it to start again. So I don't really know what the problem is. Again, it's not raining, guys, but I don't know what the problem is. Is brand spanking new, so I really didn't want to delve into it real deep wise. I mean, we have a warranty on the darn thing. So it was very late. It's about 9 o'clock at night now. It just could not justify the cost for a campground just for one night, as it is pretty expensive to stay down here. But we just decided to pack everything up and head on home. We're only about an hour and 45 minutes from the house anyways, so we loaded everything back up. So I'm just doing a walk around here. I'm going to check all the tie-down straps, my safety chains here on the ramps. Just take a good general look over on it. We were just kind of deflated because it was such a beautiful weekend down here, and we were really looking forward to, you know, the full moon again. The rain clouds had gone away, so it was just a clear sky in general, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see what the deal is with this generator. It's kind of got me really kind of down again. I mean, it's brand spanking new. I think we have a total of about 60 hours on it already. That's it. And kaput. I don't know, guys. Anyways, as we always say, we have a long, long way to go. So we'll see what happens.